You're lower. You're lower.
You can't change your grade once you give it out.
I'm the teacher. I can rub out the grade and go. I'll go B plus.
The greatest fans on earth. It's a bold statement, but would you expect anything less from Philadelphia? 58 years of heartache creates a toughness, a grit, a resolve not found in most. Sure, our prayers were answered, but now that we've had a taste, we're looking for more. Lehocky, official partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Welcome back to the Lehocky Postgame Show. I'm Devin Caney. It is time to check in on our Diamond Debate presented by Mark's Jewelers. Guys, the question for this debate was, did Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts prove that his passing game evolved during the Week 1 game against the Lions? 36% of people say yes. The rest say no, or it is too early to tell. But Mike, Derek, and Seth, what I want to know from you guys is if you had to give Jalen Hurts a grade, I'm talking like high school grades, like he did his homework, he passed the test, what grade are you giving him for this game? Mike, let's start with you.
Well, I could go above a B plus. I'd maybe go A minus. How about if I go A minus today?
That's generous.
Is it generous?
I think so.
Oh, B plus then. If that's
you're lower. You're lower.
You can't change your grade once you give it out.
I'm the teacher. I can rub out the grade and go. I'll go B plus. No, that was my original thought was B plus, and then I thought Seth was looking at me with cross eyes. I thought I would have to go to A minus, but I'll go B plus. Seth,
you know what? I like a B plus too. I like a B plus because listen, he was. I like to see his completion percentage up a little more, but the pressure he was under, he threw a lot of balls away today. So I get it. His completion yardage per play at 7.4%, 7.4 yards per clip, that's not bad either. But the most important one for me is he didn't turn the ball over today. So I mean, I'm kind of bordering right between, B plus, and B and A minus, but I'm going to say B plus for the week.
Right,
I think the vote's unanimous. I'm going to give him a B plus. I think he ran a little bit more than I wanted to see him run, but the bottom line is he utilized his overall athleticism to make plays, to keep the ball in the offense's hands, and to keep the clock moving, keep them moving in the right direction. He completed 18 passes. He had a couple of outstanding passes. And again, it's game 1 of the season. And I have to keep saying this, when you couple in the fact they did not play much in the preseason, the timing was not there where I expected to be. For him to still do what he was able to do against the Detroit Lions team that had him running for his life, I'm going to give him a B plus. I started thinking about a B, but the more I thought about it, I'm going to say a B plus.
See, we're all good. We're all positive about Jalen. Now, he broke their backs. Let's face it, his runs on those blitzes where he escaped out of there, that really wears the defense out. And he did that a lot of times. And he got rid of the ball. He didn't take that negative yardage. And when he got to the sideline, he knew it was going to be a play with negative yardage. He made sure he got that throw out of bounds.
I tell you what, too, though, if you want to go back in the second quarter and extrapolate out, that second drive that he had, some of the passes that he made from the pocket, to me, were outstanding. I mean, he actually stood in the pocket, and delivered the ball on time with rhythm. I remember one third down, the cornerback was too far off. He threw a deep out to A.J. Brown on the sideline to get the first down. He hit Goddess on a stop route. He hit Zach Pascal on, a little slant. I think that, all things being equal, I believe that pressure can be every quarterback's kryptonite, and how you deal with that pressure, can be problematic. Like guys who can't move, they're going to stand in there and they're either going to throw the ball away or they're going to take the sack. The guys who can move are going to try to figure out a way to get away, and that's just the truth of the matter. You're going to do one or the other. You're either going to sight adjust it or you're going to scramble and take off. And he's built to do it the opposite way. And, we may have an issue with it, but I think I saw growth in his pocket presence when the pocket was there. a lot of what you saw him take, and it'll take us going back and look at the game again, and I'm sure we'll all look at it multiple times again. He didn't leave the pocket just because nobody was open. Most of the time when Jalen Hurts left the pocket today, he left the pocket because someone got through and he had to move. He had to scramble.
Yeah, well, he accounted for 333 yards today, so
not a bad day.
But you add the 90, the passer rating, the 243 in the air, the passer rating was 80, but the 90 yards rushing really makes it a splendid game for the guy. I mean, he was proficient and he gave him positive yards, so I can't complain about that.
No, absolutely not. Again, he's an all-around athlete. And you have to look. You look at the guys who utilize that athleticism in their careers. A Lamar Jackson, a Kyler Murray. They use everything they have in the toolbox to get the job done, and that's exactly what he did. And I just think, people who might be frustrated with him running too much. Now, I want to clarify. I'm not frustrated with him running too much. I just don't want my quarterback having to run that much because of what happened in this game. Defensive players already hate quarterbacks as it is because they're the golden childs in the NFL. And all of a sudden we saw Walker take an unnecessary headshot. And, like we said, we thought it was a concussion protocol. Now, I don't want to see him taking those unnecessary shots. Randall Cunningham was that running type quarterback. What happened with him? He had a knee injury.
Yeah, but he got hurt in the pocket again.
He got hurt in the pocket.
Just like we talked, just like John talked about, last year when Jalen got hurt, he got hurt in the pocket. Most of the time, I'm of the opinion, and I get what you're saying, because if I'm a defensive player,
right?
Back in my day, if a quarterback had the gall to actually run, I want to try to take his head off.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it.
Yes.
But I think that more injuries occur in the pocket for quarterbacks than occur outside of the pocket for quarterbacks. And I don't know. I think he has more of an ability to control what goes on when he's out on the perimeter than he does when he's in the pocket and he can't see where guys are coming at.
Well, guys, what I want to know, sorry, Mike, is, I'm seeing a lot of people a little bit unhappy that we didn't see much of Quez Watkins, we didn't see much of Devontae Smith. That being said, the Eagles still combined for 38 points. We certainly saw a lot of A.J. Brown. So how concerned should we be that Jalen Hurts didn't necessarily get to all of his receivers? And how excited should we be about A.J. Brown?
I'm totally excited about A.J. Brown. I mean, what you see with those slants, like, if the defensive back is trying to cover him, he just bodies them into an angle that they can't do anything about.
Always open.
And yeah, he seems to be always open. So, I mean, he's going to have a sensational impact on this season. I really believe that. Now, I'm trying not to overthink the Devontae Smith no catches, but that guy did everything I expected and more today.
When you talk about Quez Watkins and Devontae Smith, today just wasn't their day. It didn't call for them to be more of a vital input in this game. Obviously, he has that relationship with an A.J. Brown, and it showed today 10 catches, 155 yards. Devontae Smith is going to get his touches as we go along. Quez Watkins is going to get his looks as we go along. But the way the game plan unfolded today, this was A.J. Brown's day, and rightfully so when you think about it. I mean, the dude, when he said open, always open, he was always open today. You got to go to him. Devontae had his 4 targets. I'm sure he's frustrated because here's a guy who had almost 1,000 yards receiving a season ago, wants to get off to a good start as well. He'll get his time's coming.
Here's the most important part about A.J. Brown today. You know what it is?
What's that?
Justin Jefferson has 6 catches for 158 yards in the first half for the Vikings.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And they're up 17-0 over the Packers at halftime. So, good thing we have A.J. Brown, and we've been thinking about Justin Jefferson's performance.
I think that A.J. Brown having the type of day that he had today will be a good thing for the Eagles' offense moving forward. It's almost like the rope-a-dope. Muhammad Ali laying on the ropes, ties Joe Foreman out, and then takes him out. You got to give these opposing teams something to prepare for, And when they look at the film of A.J. Brown today, you think the Minnesota Vikings aren't going to be thinking to themselves, we got to figure out a way to take this guy out of the game? So if they're game planning for that, then next week, what does that do? That opens things up for Dallas Goedert. that thing opens things up for Devontae. It opens things up for Quez. It opens things up for Zach. I mean, it opened things up, for the running back out of the backfield. So, listen, it might not have been their day from the standpoint of, touches and being more involved in the overall offense. But I believe the good thing is that now you give other teams, something to think about. Do we have to take A.J. Brown away? And if we take him away, at what cost?
Well,
that can only work.
I can see teams doubling up on AJ because of what he did today.
Yes.
And then it's Devontae's time. Then it's Quez's time. It could be Pascal's time. It's going to be that. It's going to be that spread the wealth mentality the whole season.
Devin, you love A.J. Brown already, right?
I do. Everyone loves A.J. Brown already. We are going to hold this conversation for a few minutes because we're going to go to break. I still can't believe I got Mike Missinelli to change his grade just like that. I mean, you waffled so quickly.
Yeah, well, his grade should be a mulligan because he changed his grade.
Stick around because the Lehocky Postgame Show will be back in a few.
Philadelphia fans were cut from a different cloth. Born into a brotherhood and bonded to our team for life. We believe anything is possible because we've witnessed the impossible. While we may be from different neighborhoods, come Sunday, we are one, and we will be heard. Lehocky, official partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.